1 in 5 Americans aren't saving enough for retirement, and older generations are retiring unprepared, making things even muddier. The gig economy, as part-time and contract work gains traction, it's upending traditional retirement models and redefining the very meaning of work. Joining us with more from Des Moines, Iowa, is Renee Schaaf, Principal Financial Retirement and Income Solutions President. Thank you for being here. We talk a lot about what some people call the retirement crisis in the United States. Is there any potential, do you think, that Congress is just going to step in here and create some kind of national pension system in addition to Social Security? Because that's what some people are saying is eventually going to happen.
And you know, that might happen at some point, but in the immediate future, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're seeing a lot of interest and momentum around pension reform, and most particularly with the Secure Act. And of course, the House has embraced the Secure Act, but it's difficult now. The difficulty is getting that in front of the Senate in order to pass that very important piece of legislation. But the Secure Act, make no mistake about it, is not a sweeping government program. It actually enhances the employer-sponsored system, which is very wise, since employer-sponsored pension plans are very effective at reaching the middle class.
Right, but doesn't necessarily address the whole gig economy idea. As a veteran of this industry, do you think that the retirement industry is both doing enough to develop products to serve gig economy workers and doing enough to let them know that those products exist?
Yeah. You know, you have an excellent point. The very nature of somebody who is in the gig economy it's characterized by workers who enjoy autonomy, control, freedom, and do not fall into a traditional employer-employee relationship. But the good news is this: there are solutions out there to help people who are in a non-standard work arrangement, somebody who is a contractor or self-employed, somebody in the gig economy, to save for retirement. And a lot of those solutions are the individual retirement accounts. And I think, to your point, what we have to do as an industry, working with the government, working with advisors, working with employers, is getting the message out that there are solutions available to people who are in the gig economy, who are interested in saving for their retirement.
Hi, so Brian Chung here. Wondering actually how, maybe if we flip this on its head, how many retirees at the moment are actually turning to the gig economy because the current payouts are not sufficient at the moment? I mean, it seems like in some suburbs, I've called Ubers and Lyfts where I've had some older folks who have said that they've had to resort to driving around as well.
You know, that is really an interesting point. There was some very interesting research that I just read that talked about the percentage of workforce that's in the gig economy by segment. So if you look at the baby boomers, and you think of baby boomers as being a work group that is traditionally more that employer-employee relationship, about anywhere from 24 to 25% of baby boomers are actually engaged with the gig economy. And I think it speaks to your very point. As Americans have not saved for retirement, they have to look for employment in a time period that would typically be characterized by not working. So I think that's exactly right. We are seeing people reach towards a more non-traditional work phase of their life to supplement retirement income.
Renee Schaaf, Principal Financial Retirement and Income Solutions President, thank you very much for joining us.